Most people living with high blood pressure watch salt like a hawk, swallow prescriptions on cue, and squeeze in a walk whenever the weather cooperates. Yet the very foods that could bring their numbers down are hiding in plain sight on the produce aisle. Bright, sweet, and cheaper than a single copay. Today we are zeroing in on the 3 power fruits every hypertensive person should eat. Fruits so densely packed with artery-loving compounds that they're practically edible medication. If morning headaches, afternoon ankle swelling, or a cough that seems to lock at 145/95 sound familiar, lean in. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly which fruits relax vessels, flush excess sodium, and repair the microscopic cracks that keep pressure high, plus the easiest ways to fit them into breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even dessert without driving your glucose through the roof. Let's dive in. Bananas may dominate the headlines whenever someone mentions potassium, but beneath their bright yellow peel lies only part of the story. If you really want to talk about a fruit that deserves the crown for blood pressure regulation, it's not sitting at the top of most grocery carts. It's small, fuzzy, and often overlooked. Yet inside its green, glistening center lies a secret that could rewrite how your heart performs under pressure. We're talking about the kiwi, a fruit so modest in appearance you might dismiss it as a tropical sidekick. But don't let that shaggy brown skin fool you. The kiwi is a vascular powerhouse, a natural antidote to the sodium-saturated world most people live in. With one of the highest potassium to sodium ratios found in nature, this tiny fruit is quietly working behind the scenes to rebalance your bloodstream. While sodium holds onto water and pushes pressure higher, potassium's role is to release. It coaxes the kidneys to let go of excess fluid, relaxes artery walls, and signals your body to return to calm. Let's put it in perspective. One medium kiwi delivers roughly 215 milligrams of potassium, with a microscopic 2 milligrams of sodium. That's not just good. That's exceptional. It's a nutritional slap in the face to processed snacks, packaged sauces, and low-fat meals that sneak in sodium by the handful. Kiwi doesn't play that game. It rewrites the rules. And science backs it up. In a remarkable study out of New Zealand, adults who ate 3 kiwis per day for 8 weeks saw their systolic blood pressure drop by 10 points. Not milligrams, not trends, points. That's the difference between stage 1 hypertension and borderline normal. Here's the kicker. The control group ate apples. Same calories, different result. Why? Because the kiwi isn't just about potassium. It delivers a rare mix of lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, and other antioxidants that scrub away inflammation from vessel walls, literally cleaning the inner lining of your arteries like a gentle internal pressure wash. But how do you know if your body is crying out for kiwi? The signs are sneakier than you think. If your go-to fruit comes from a syrupy kin, a toaster pastry, or a box labeled 100% juice, chances are you're not getting what your arteries need. Have you ever felt salty cravings at night you couldn't resist? Leg cramps after a short walk? A twitchy eyelid that won't quit when stress peaks? That's not just life. That's low potassium talking. And when potassium stays low, sodium stays locked in. Blood volume rises. Arteries stretch until their elastic fibers fray. Tiny vessels behind your eyes rupture under pressure. Your kidneys get overloaded. And your heart, the tireless engine at your center, begins to hypertrophy, growing thicker, stiffer, and weaker by the day. Here's the good news. This is all fixable, and it doesn't taste like medicine. In fact, it tastes better than anything you'll find in a pill bottle. Start your day by slicing 3 ripe kiwis over a bowl of creamy Greek yogurt. Drizzle a teaspoon of raw honey, and just like that, you've given your body over 600 milligrams of potassium before the sun hits noon. Looking for something make-ahead? Dice up kiwi the night before and fold into overnight oats soaked in almond milk, flaxseed, and a pinch of cinnamon. The result is a tangy, creamy, high-fiber powerhouse that silences mid-morning hunger while fighting pressure at the root. But kiwi doesn't just belong at breakfast. You can turn it into a showstopper. Hosting dinner? Serve Peruvian-style ceviche with diced salmon, kiwi, red onion, jalapeno, and fresh cilantro cured in lime juice. The citrus amplifies vitamin C absorption. The salmon brings omega-3s. And the kiwi acts as a natural sodium counteragent, restoring calm after a long day of tension. Now, you might be wondering, can I just take potassium supplements? Technically, yes, but it's not the same. While potassium citrate powder or pills can help, they're a blunt instrument. Kiwi isn't just delivering numbers. It's delivering a shield. It's the polyphenol, the enzymes, the fiber, the hydration. Kiwi is a complete therapeutic experience, and no capsule can match that. If you do supplement, proceed wisely. Most experts suggest keeping potassium powder under 400 milligrams per liter water, sipped slowly across the day. Levels above 3,000 milligrams of supplemental potassium can cause nausea or worse, hyperkalemia, especially in people with kidney issues. So think food first, powder last. And if you're considering supplements at all, speak with a doctor first. The kiwi is not a gimmick. It's not a trend. It's not a superfood of the month. It's one of the few fruits that clinically lowers blood pressure in repeated studies. And unlike medications, it comes with zero side effects, unless you count tastes amazing as one. So the next time you're walking past a fruit section, don't reach for what looks familiar. Reach for what works. The fuzzy brown shell may look humble, but inside lies one of nature's sharpest weapons against hypertension. If you've never made kiwi part of your daily rhythm, this is a time to start. And trust me, your arteries will thank you. Fruit number 2 isn't just another pretty face on the produce aisle. It's a crimson grenade packed with molecular dynamite. Pomegranate, with its jewel-like arrows and tart sweet burst, has earned its crown not for flavor alone, but for its unmatched vascular impact. When you crack open a pomegranate, you're not just snacking. You're unleashing a biochemical defense system that rivals any prescription medication. Let us dive deeper. Each ruby seed is loaded with punicalagins, an elite class of plant-based tannins, so powerful they outperform even the celebrated antioxidants found in red wine and green tea. These compounds have one mission: to amplify nitric oxide, a natural gas that plays a silent yet commanding role in your circulatory system. NO is your internal peace negotiator. It whispers to the smooth muscle fibers lining your arteries, telling them to relax, to let go, to widen. And the result? Lower resistance, lower pressure, less strain on your heart. The science behind this is jaw-dropping. In a landmark clinical trial from Israel, participants drank just 2 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice per day. No change in diet, no fancy exercise regimen, just the juice. Within 4 weeks, their systolic blood pressure dropped by 12%. That's not a minor improvement. That's a full category down the hypertension scale. And the benefits didn't stop there. Another year-long study looked at carotid artery plaque, the fatty gunk that clogs blood flow and leads to strokes. Participants saw a 35% reduction in plaque thickness, simply from modest, regular pomegranate consumption. To put that into perspective, there is no pharmaceutical on the market today that reduces plaque that dramatically without dragging a trail of side effect behind it. But here's the kicker. Pomegranate deficiency is stealthy. You don't notice it in your diet until your body starts screaming. You follow the rules. Eat low-sodium meals. Avoid fried foods. Skip the extra salt. And yet your top blood pressure number stays stubbornly high. You climb a flight of stairs and your temples throb. Your pulse pounds like a war drum. That's not age. It's oxidative stress hijacking your nitric oxide. Here's what's happening inside. Every breath of pollution, every ounce of fried oil, every spike of anxiety unleashes free radicals. Those rogue molecules that steal electrons from anything in sight. Nitric oxide, being delicate, loses its charge fast and vanishes before it can do its job. That's when punicalagins step in like biochemical heroes, donating electrons, rescuing NO, and allow your arteries to remember how to breathe again. But how do you get this miracle into your routine without turning it into a chore? Take inspiration from ancient Persian cuisine, where pomegranate isn't just a fruit, it's medicine disguised as flavor. Roast slices of eggplant until they're golden and soft, then drizzle with tahini and lemon juice, and top with half a cup of fresh pomegranate arrows. The explosion of sweet and tart over the creamy richness doesn't just taste gourmet, it rewires your arteries from the inside out. Prefer something quick and refreshing? Create a morning elixir that wakes up your taste buds and your cardiovascular system. Mix half a cup of pure pomegranate juice, the juice of half a lime, and top it with sparkling water. The result is tangy, fizzy, and surprisingly satisfying. The natural acid stimulates saliva, a key to digestion, and blunt the glycemic impact, so you get flavor without the sugar crash. Now let's talk indulgence with purpose. Simmer 100% pomegranate juice with raw honey until it thickens into a ruby-colored syrup, rich and glossy. Pour it over chilled kiwi slices and add a spoonful of coconut cream. Every bite feels like dessert, but every molecule is reinforcing your endothelial lining, the delicate inner skin of your blood vessels that keeps everything flowing smoothly. Thinking of taking a shortcut with supplements? It's possible, but you need to do it right. Choose cold-pressed, unsweetened pomegranate juice whenever possible. Keep servings under 8 ounces per day to avoid fructose overload. Better yet, for those watching their weight or blood sugar, pomegranate extract capsules offer a potent option. Look for formula standardized to 30% punicalagins. That's where the magic happens. A 500 milligram capsule taken with a meal rich in healthy fats, think olive oil, salmon, or avocado, dramatically boosts absorption, allowing those punicalagins to pass the gut wall and do their magic where it counts. Pomegranate isn't just a snack. It's not just a garnish on a trendy salad. It's a therapeutic tool, a delicious, naturally engineered compound that restores nitric oxide, repairs artery walls, and reverses damage that used to be considered inevitable. So next time your blood pressure numbers raise your eyebrows, or your doctor's, don't look only to pills or diets. Ask yourself, have I had my pomegranate today? Because sometimes the key to reversing years of pressure is as simple as cracking open a fruit that's been waiting to help you all along. Our third fruit might just fool you with its candy-colored innocence and picnic day charm, but don't be deceived. Watermelon, the ultimate emblem of summer, is not merely sweet nostalgia on a rind. It's a vascular dynamo, hiding beneath its red flesh a secret weapon for anyone battling high blood pressure, L-citrulline. Yes, watermelon is nature's richest, most bioavailable source of this remarkable amino acid, and L-citrulline is the VIP pass to long-lasting nitric oxide production. Here's why that matters. Nitric oxide, is a molecule your arteries need to relax, to dilate, to reduce resistance, and ultimately, to lower your blood pressure. Now, you might be thinking, why not just take L-arginine, since that's what the body uses to make an O? Good question, but there's a catch. L-arginine supplements break down in stomach acid before they ever reach your bloodstream. By the time they reach your liver, the party's over. L-citrulline, however, slips past the stomach, gets converted in the liver, and releases a steady stream of NO for hours. It's smoother, stronger, and smarter. Just 2 cups of watermelon give you around 250 milligrams of L-citrulline, plus a dose of hydrating electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. Together, they help dilute your blood volume, easing the pressure on your heart's workload. In effect, watermelon is a dual-action remedy. It expands your vessels and lightens their load. But how do you know if you're running low on this circulatory miracle? Look at your body's rhythm. Do you experience normal blood pressure at night, only to see it spike under stress during the day? That's a classic sign of low L-citrulline. Or perhaps you feel lightheaded after exercise, as if your blood isn't getting where it needs fast enough. That's because your vessels aren't expanding quickly enough. Cold fingers and toes, slow recovery after a walk. These are all signals that your NO system is running on fumes, and watermelon might be the refresh button you didn't know you needed. Now let's make this work in real life, deliciously. Forget sugary desserts. Try this instead. Chop fresh watermelon into cubes, freeze them, then blend with fresh mint until it turns into a silky 3-ingredient sorbet. It's cold, vibrant, and acts as a coolant not just for your body, but for your inflamed capillaries. Or go savory with a Mediterranean twist. Dice watermelon and cucumber, toss them with crumbled feta cheese, and drizzle with a touch of olive oil. Why feta? The light salt content helps shuttle fluids into muscle cells, a smart companion for potassium-rich watermelon that's already flushing out sodium. Want to really impress your guests and your arteries? Grill thick watermelon slabs for just 30 seconds on each side. The brief heat concentrates the natural sugars, while the grill marks bring a subtle, smoky umami flavor. Plate with a drizzle of balsamic reduction. Sprinkle with goat cheese and a pinch of cracked black pepper. The result? A gourmet appetizer that tastes like fine dining, but works like functional medicine. Still not enough L-citrulline for you? Enter supplements. But be strategic. Clinical doses range from 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams daily, often used by athletes for endurance and vascular performance. But here's a tip the fitness world rarely shares. Always pair your L-citrulline with a full-spectrum B-complex vitamin, especially B6. Why? Because B6 acts as a cofactor in nitric oxide synthesis, ensuring that the L-citrulline you take actually becomes the NO you need. One caveat. If you've had recurrent cold sores, skip the L-arginine route altogether. That amino acid can feed herpes viruses, triggering outbreaks. L-citrulline doesn't carry the same risk and remains a safer, smarter alternative for long-term vascular health. The bottom line? Watermelon isn't just summer's treat. It's blood pressure therapy in disguise. With its gentle hydration, vascular-friendly amino acids, and easy versatility, it deserves a place in every hypertensive's weekly menu. Whether you eat it fresh, blend it, grill it, or supplement it, make it part of your rhythm. Because when your arteries are under pressure, sometimes the sweetest relief comes from a slice of summer that knows exactly how to make them breathe easy again. Eating these fruits only moves a needle if you stop the leak. Excessive table salt, processed meats, and instant noodles flood plasma with sodium. Caffeine over 300 milligrams screws adrenal glands into nonstop adrenaline release, chronically tightening vessels. Alcohol depletes potassium and magnesium, nullifying kiwi's good work. Counteract with one simple rule. For every 400 milligrams of sodium consumed, swallow at least 1,200 milligrams of potassium from natural food. Most labels list sodium. Track it for 7 days and balance with kiwi, watermelon, spinach, or white beans. Let's tie it together. Imagine breakfast as a watermelon kiwi smoothie. 2 cups watermelon, 2 kiwis, a handful of spinach and flaxseed, 600 milligrams potassium, 250 milligrams L-citrulline. Lunch is a Mediterranean bowl. Quinoa, chickpeas, grilled zucchini, pomegranate arrows, herbs, and a lemonini dressing. 800 milligrams potassium, antioxidants skyrocketing. Dinner grilled salmon seasoned with garlic next to a pomegranate molasses glaze. Side of roasted sweet potato and steamed broccoli. Potassium crosses 3,500 milligrams. Sodium stays under 1,800. 8 glasses of water, 2 lightly salted. Keep electrolyte currents steady. Test this menu for 10 days. Viewers report systolic drops of 8 to 15 points, diastolic 5 to 8, plus lighter ankles and deeper sleep by day 3. Keep measuring every morning before coffee. Consistency proves progress. Consult your physician before modifying medication. Never quit cold turkey, but do invite your doctor to lower doses once readings normalize. Shake up routine with 7-fruit rotation. Kiwi Monday, pomegranate Tuesday, watermelon Wednesday, avocado Thursday, technically a berry, potassium king. Blackberries Friday, anthocyanins reduce arterial stiffness. Mango Saturday, beta-carotene calms oxidative stress. And papaya Sunday, papain eases digestion, reducing sympathetic tone. Variety diversifies polyphenol intake, recruiting multiple NO pathways and anti-inflammatory routes. If cost worries you, buy fruit in season, freeze extras, and thaw for smoothies. A $2 bag of frozen pomegranate arrows stretches across 4 breakfasts. 1 large watermelon feeds a family for a week's worth of snacks cheaper than a single 32-ounce soda. Kiwi often sells 5 for $3. Store in a fridge to slow ripening. In the end, medication manages symptoms, but nutrients rebuild foundations. Think of arteries as elastic highways. Minerals and polyphenol repair potholes, repaint lanes, and widen shoulders, so blood flows smoothly without traffic jams. Kiwi replenishes potassium. Pomegranate restores nitric oxide with pinacalagins. Watermelon donates L-citrulline for sustained vasodilation. Together they form a triple alliance stronger than each alone. If this deep dive shifted how you look at fruit, tap the like button so YouTube knows to show it to fellow warriors against high blood pressure. Comment below which of these fruits will land in your cart this week, and share your baseline numbers. We'll cheer every point that drops. Subscribe and ring the bell, because next time we'll explore the evening herbs that relax arteries while you sleep. Until then, stay hydrated, stay vibrant, and keep that pressure trending down.